The materials of this museum were collected from all over Kazakhstan. We had a great help from the regional museums of Astana, the Museum of the First President in Astana, also the citizens of Kazakhstan helped as well. It is the only military history museum of the armed forces of the Republic of Kazakhstan. Unique exhibition was created with the help of written sources and folklore, archaeological and iconographic materials, as well as by research scientists, historians, archaeologists, ethnographers, and gun experts. Each museum reflects different epochs. That is, let's say if you take the Hall of the Armed Forces, there's the Hall of Supreme Commander Nursultan Nazarbayev, where there are all kinds of exhibits demonstrated there. I think the ancient hall, there is a very large collection of weapons, tips, arrows, and we have them in a single copy. That is, of course, somewhere a copy could be found, but we just aim to reflect the history of the armed forces. It is the history of Kazakh warriors, so I think that the exhibits are unique. The halls of the museum reflect the development of the military art, the history of certain types of troops and weapons. The composition of the assembly includes a collection of weapons, military equipment, and appliances, clothing forms, banners, medals, photos, movies, documents, maps, complex personal belongings, and different documents.
Здесь уникальные вещи хранятся, экспозиционируются.
Here you can find many unique things. There's the first guns of the 15th century. It is hand cannon, firearms. They were used by Tokhtamysh Khan himself and his army at the battle with Timur, and also other campaigns carried out. Also, there are rare things of Turkic Khanate of the 6th century. There is a leather belt, which is 5,000 years old.
Раритетные вещи тюркского каганата, 6 века. Пояс, у которых сохранилась даже кожа, 1500 лет.
Military History Museum is one of the ideological platforms that form the main value orientations of the state. In the center of the atrium shows there is a shield symbolizing the peaceful policy of the ancient and modern Kazakhstan towards all world countries. Museum presents several thematic halls in the museum. The Armed Forces of the Republic of Kazakhstan, Antiquity 19th Century, Stories of the 20th Century Wars, Hall of Weapons, Fine Arts, Installation and Interactive, and Hall of Temporary Exhibitions.
Военное искусство, оно передавалось из поколения.
The art of war passed down from generation to generation. We are mainly descendants of the Golden Horde, where the martial art has also been taken over from the previous empires, their military tactics, military action. It was passed down from generation to generation, developed in the mid-15th century with the formation of the Kazakh Khanate, was passed to modern Kazakhs. The purpose of the museum was to preserve the material heritage for future generations, which can give an idea of the historical military heritage of the state, on the types, quantity, and quality of used equipment, about the technology, its meaning, and development.
Наша задача – поднять патриотический дух нашей молодежи, наших детей.
Our goal is to raise the patriotic spirit of our youth, our children, to show how great our people were in general, instill them with the sense of history. Here, we try to create such an atmosphere. I think to raise an army, the army's image, so that every citizen understands that firstly he is the defender of his country, and of course any citizen of the country should know the history of Kazakhstan, that is from ancient times to modern days. There are modern technology, ancient artifacts, that is the task of attracting young people to the whole history of our great nation.